Levi Kuta is a maker in every sense of the word. And he works with innovators, inventors, companies, taking their product from idea to the market. Levi first came to our shop on a tour with SAIT and the mechanical design engineer team. And he came in the next day and dropped off a resume and said he would like to work. Normally we don't hire directly out of school, but in Levi's case was completely different. He came in with confidence that was much higher than a young person should have, but he backed it up with a hard work ethic. And now he's the head of our engineering design team. He has hired 7 SAIT alumni to join our family here. And it's a very critical point when we go through a resume and we see where it goes through, that practical knowledge, that work experience, and where it came from is important. When I first heard Levi was being honored by SAIT, fantastic. This is a young person that has the energy and drive that is a perfect example of a SAIT alumni and how things are moving forward, and a perfect example for young workers nowadays and employees and everything of how you should strive to keep going.
Josh Traptow is a shaper. He is passionate about the people he works with and the communities he lives and works within. He has worked for premiers, he has worked for MLAs, several MPs, our own City Hall, and he's taken all of that knowledge and worked within our communities and turned and advised nonprofit organizations in ways that older consultants and strategists have been unsuccessful. One of Josh's passions is working with the Calgary Stampede and the volunteer base that we have there. He has been there for many, many years.
All of our Aggie Days committee members will be wearing bright red vests like this.
One of his most recent passions is with ag media and driving Aggie Days. And Josh's work there on several committees has made him a fixture within the hospitality realm and our promotion of Western values. Josh has been quite active in municipal causes and driving municipal causes to save historic buildings, to help nonprofit organizations ensure their service deliveries continue, and he just doesn't stop. He's always been there. For someone so young and early in his career life, his not just successes, but the obvious passion around history and that attachment to the history and who we are and where we came from is very unique for a young man. When I heard that Josh was receiving this award, I was incredibly proud to be able to call him a friend. It is very fitting today that I'm able to speak to you in front of Heritage Hall, because he has often spoke about the beautiful old building and the history of SAIT. And I'm very pleased that he has been chosen for this while I know he's not looking for the recognition.
Ron Tarrant is definitely an original. He was the second student ever in the history of Radio and Production magazine, which is an international radio and production magazine. And he was already featured in what they called the best of the month. So here's a student in school who's doing projects that are just as good as people who are working in Philadelphia and New York and Los Angeles and Toronto.
He's good looking. He's got the ladies. Join Ron Tarrant middays on the range from 11 till 2.
He wanted to be on the production side of things. He wanted to create audio, and he continued to raise his own bar higher and higher to the point when he graduated, he was not only ready for industry, he was ready for major market industry. Well, he left SAIT and went up and worked at the Airdrie radio station for a short period of time. Then he started working in Calgary, went up to Edmonton, and then went to Toronto.
CKIS-FM.
It was the connections that he made through that international radio and production magazine, where he'd gotten a hold of a person that worked at Howard Stern, just asking him to listen to some stuff. And when the time came for that guy to retire, it was like, I think Ron's the guy you should hire.
The world of Howard Stern. I think I've made my mark on radio. Go, Howard, go! Never stops.
28 million people every single day are listening to what Ron creates. And for him to have his production on that type of stage, I would equate it to something like a 3-star Michelin chef. It's not really a big surprise that he won. It's an incredible honor. But to rise to that level and be considered to the people who've won before him, that's unbelievable.